Hello everyone, this is kind of a different video, and it also is something that I have not planned at all, except for the outlines. I don't really know in which order I'm going to discuss things, but it's been a long time since I made a video, which kind of shows here. My last video was this JavaScript for ML engineers, which again I think it's a great outline, but anyway, I'm not gonna market myself here on my own channel. But yeah, I've been away, I've been busy, I've been heads down, just digging into some code, trying to do some real ML after a long time, and it's been kind of I've been trying to avoid just talking about all of like what's going on professionally and everything. So, but yeah, I had planned on like coming back to this and doing this more regularly, but that didn't happen at the time I was making this JavaScript video. That's what I planned. I wanted to put out at least few things every month or every week, because I've been working on quite a few interesting problems, but never really had the time to do it. Or maybe it's just an excuse. I always had the time, I just wasn't in the right place where I just could put out content. Well, starting with some updates, yes, I do plan on making more videos, more content, maybe more interactive stuff as well. But first of all, like what's going on, what I've been up to. So you might know, like in my channel description even, that I was working at Weights and Biases for almost like 2.5, bit more than that. I was officially there. Before that I was like a consultant, but last 2 years I was a full-time engineer, machine learning engineer there. I have quit the company, and there's like I don't want to go into the details, but yeah, essentially I joined the company when it was very, very small, and the team was very small, and I'm really proud of what I accomplished there, the kind of work that I did there and the team did there, and really grateful for all the learnings and all the opportunities that I was able to make for myself there. But it just happens, companies grow and things change, and it just wasn't right place for me anymore. And so yeah, I decided to part ways with Weights and Biases there, like in the month of May, I think. So the very beginning, the first week of May. So I'm no longer at Weights and Biases. But where I am right now is I have recently joined Ultralytics team, the creator of YOLOv5, and I'm working on some really epic shit there, and and I'm working on some epic stuff there. It's really great. I'll have a lot more to say about what we are working on in coming weeks, maybe just next week as well. But yeah, I'm working on engineering and research and development at YOLOv5, so I'm working on object detection and more computer vision related stuff. And you might also see me here at ultralytics.com. We're launching Ultralytics Hub soon. It's already live, the free version, but yeah. So you might see me here. I'm the last person to join, and you'll see my life story here a little bit. Anyway, so this is what's happening, and I knew Glenn, who is the creator of Ultralytics, and he is the founder and the lead maintainer of YOLOv5. So I knew him from Weights and Biases days. We had a partnership with YOLOv5 and everything. But yeah, essentially we had an integration that I worked on, and then we got to know each other, and I saw that I kind of reached out whether he was looking for engineers or R&D engineers for YOLOv5 or not. But that's how it happened. But before that, I was actually I interviewed at Deepmind. I just didn't know how that came about, but I just applied for a role after I quit Weights and Biases, and I never thought, I didn't think much of it because I didn't have a PhD, so I just applied, and somehow my resume got selected, and I got a call. And so they were creating this applied research team or applied engineering team. I don't remember really. It was last month or before that, so yeah, I was surprised that I got even a call. So I did a phone screen where it was not non-technical, I think. So the person just asked me a few things about my previous job and explained a few things about what this role was about. This was a new role. They were trying to bring out AlphaFold in to essentially help other institutions in using this protein to predict this protein structures. So yeah, I did not go through all the rounds, because before that I just joined Ultralytics. I just thought it was the right choice. I wanted to do some real machine learning, because the Deepmind, although the role was kind of exciting, but it wasn't a applied machine learning related role. It was more of a software engineering role. So I kind of chose Ultralytics. But yeah, just it was a fun surprise for me. I just never thought that they would even interview me. But yeah, I just didn't go through it. I did kind of prepare for it, but then finally when I talked to Glenn, it was decided kind of that I wanted to join the team, and everything was set. So I just chose the path of least resistance. Who knows, maybe I would have got rejected in later stages. I don't really know, but yeah, it's kind of cool. So what's next? I want to build more content. I want to create more I want to create more content and build more tutorials, build more tools, build more things in the open source community. That's for sure. And if you see my commit history, I have been doing a lot of R&D for YOLO and for computer vision, and exploring a lot of other things. But in the recent days, I've been really excited about C++ again. So C++, when I started this channel, it was before I was working as a member. It was before I was working at Weights and Biases and everything. I had a lot of more time to explore these things, and so I started with C++. C++ was the first language that I ever got started with in programming, and I really like the language. It has its own quirks, it has its own perks, and it has its own disadvantages when it comes to rapid prototyping and things like that. But C++ is a great language, and I kind of regret not keeping up to date with it. But then there's also a part to it which is kind of always known, is that when I learned C++, when I picked C++ up, it was 11th release, C++ 11, and I became quite proficient at it. But then C++ 14 and 17 came out, and there are no resources essentially. And C++ is one of those languages that you can only, or you should learn through a good book, or at least a good resource recommended by a great expert, because C++ is a language that makes it really easy for you to do some things that you should not do, right? It's not the same with Python. You have great resources with Python, and language prohibits you to do from doing something that you should not do. C++ is really different. There are some very bad resources out there. So knowing this fact, I couldn't really go back and pick all of these new features up, or keep up to date, or just polish my skills, or keep them shiny. Although I wasn't an expert, I was quite good at it. But at this point, yeah, I am trying to take another look at C++, because this new Carbon language from Google just came out. It's very experimental, it's very early, it's not even close to being production ready, as even the authors claim, but it's a great idea, and I totally support it, and it has got me excited. When they compare this with things like what TypeScript is to JavaScript, just makes total sense. I wanted to pick up Rust for a while, but Rust, everything that I'd learned, it comes somehow it just boils down to using it in machine learning in some way. And Rust, you cannot really do accelerated programming. I mean, you can probably in some tricky sense, but it's not directly supported. And so, which is why I kind of did not invest too much time in Rust. But C++, definitely has all of these things. And Carbon supports C++. So, in my quest to learn Carbon, I will be learning C++ once again, like just going through things and trying to get to the latest version, new additions of the language. I mean, just look at this, look at these additions, ranges these especially these like new features, new constructs that kind of make it feel like a newer, higher level language, a modern language. It's got me really excited. Look at this code. This is how you can define functions and type annotations and things like that. I mean, of course, there's no type annotations. It's just a statically typed language, but still, it feels like a modern language at this point. So yeah, I'm going to be taking a look at C++ again, and then doing something with Carbon language. I don't know what. It's just exciting because C++ it's one of the greatest language. It's just been held by backwards compatibility, but otherwise C++ could have been one of the best languages. It still is one of the best languages. The experts, C++ experts, are one of the greatest experts in the field, period. And so it's just great to have this project here. I don't know what's going to happen with this project, but I'm really excited about this, and especially the adoption. Like the community, the love that community has shown to this project is exceptional at this point. So yeah, this is what I've been up to. I will start making more videos. I will be doing more open source things, and we will definitely get more, and I will definitely get more involved here again. And yeah, so that's the update. That's what I wanted to say. I did not plan this, so I might have been rambling about for a while, but I just don't really I just didn't really plan this whole video. So anyway, yeah, that's it. If I'm forgetting something, I don't really care. So see you in the next one. It'll be something more techy and non update fashion video. So I'll just end this here and see you in the next one.